I think someone on Reddit had tried Nightcap and was inquiring about Quiet Nights or one or the other. So I wanted to make a quick video about the differences between them. Luckily, I actually have both, and ironically, I don't keep them within the tin. So I'll put these off to the side. I keep them in these airtight jars, and I think the first thing we're gonna go over is the actual cut. When pouring out Nightcap here, we can see that it's a pretty dark ribbon, and just off the tin note, you can tell it's pretty dominated by Latakia. Next up, we have Quiet Nights, and Quiet Nights actually comes in a flake. I'll go ahead and pour some out to look at. Okay, there we go. And I actually prefer smoking flake, and I'll explain why in a little. Looking at this flake, we can tell that it's pretty dark, very similar to Nightcap, but there are a few differences. So we'll notice that it smells quite strongly of Latakia, and indeed Nightcap has Latakia. It also has Orientals in it that we might not be able to pick up just from the tin note. And once again, Nightcap has Orientals, and it also has some Perique. They're both quite robust, and they're very strong on the Latakia. But one of the biggest differences in terms of flavor, Quiet Nights is going to make it a bit more mellow. Nightcap is a bit on the nose with the Latakia. I feel like it drowns out the Perique a little bit. Quiet Nights kind of stretches out the effect of the Latakia. It allows more of the nuance from the Perique perhaps to come through, and I think it makes it a slightly more nuanced blend. Now, I'm not saying that Latakia on its own is not a complex flavor. I think that if you smoke Latakia purely, you will find that there are some hidden flavors that come through as the bowl develops, but also you get the smoky, musty, as well as some other sweet notes naturally. And this is actually a video I might do in the future. But I'd say the biggest difference here is that the Quiet Night stretches out the Latakia. You get more of the Perique, you get some of the Oriental, the woody, the floral almost. And I'll go ahead and show you a figure. Really quickly though, let me know if you've tried either one. Let me know which you would recommend over the other. I personally like both. I think both are important to try. But if you really prefer one over the other, drop in the comments why that might be. To keep it brief, I think that Quiet Nights is a bit sweeter and more fermented than Nightcap. We also see that it's slightly fruitier, and I assume that's because of the dark fruit essence that comes out of Perique. The Perique shows a bit more in the Quiet Nights. On the other hand, we get a bit creamier, a bit more musty in the Nightcap, and I attribute that to the higher content of Latakia. If you find this comparison helpful, let me know in the comments. I'd be willing to also do a full-on review of each of these blends independently. I just wanted to share this because I saw it on Reddit, and I figured because I have both, I might be able to chime in on this. If you also like the short, kind of brief reviews, let me know if you